So very good morning students. This is inline function. Before that in function, so function is a small program which is executed repeatedly. One of the main objective of function which becomes it is likely to be called many times. Function is likely to be called many times, but in a program, in a function is to save some memory spaces. That is the main objective of functions. But the execution time is it takes a lot of extra time because it executing series of instructions for task series of instructions for tasks such as jumping to the function, saving registers, pushing arguments into the stack, and returning to the calling function. So these are the work for in a normal functions we have to done, but that's why the execution time is it take extra. But one of the solution to C++ is to use macro definitions. This is popularly known as macros. The macro definitions is also called, the other word is called very popularly in C++ is inline function. What is inline function? Now go to what is the definition of inline. In before function, it take lot of time for executing, or it called the functions more time. That is many times the function will be called. That's why that it takes lot of time. But in inline function, it designed to speed up program execution. That is the main objective of inline function. What is these are the function designed to speed up program execution, but in function it is a small program, but it takes a lot of time for executing. Here in inline, the mainly designed for speed up the program execution. Okay, an inline function is a function that is expanded inline when it is invoked. That is that it is invoked inline, a single line program which is executed a function which is executed which is complete one task. That is the macro definitions. The compiler replace the function call with the corresponding function code. That is something similar to macro expansion. That is the compiler replace the function call with the corresponding function code. Okay, but in function it's also a function call, but the function call is within a program, but here in the function call is replace the function call with the corresponding function itself. Okay, that's why it is called a recursive, the function calling itself. Okay, so these are all the points for the inline function. It's also called macro definitions. Okay, in it is expanded or it is speed up the program execution. So these are all the points. We go to next. So this is a general form of, that is another word, syntax for inline. Inline function header, then body of the function. Okay, on a simple definition, simple syntax. So inline for function header, the keyword is inline, then function header, body of the function. So this is known as the basic syntax of the inline function. Okay, next we go to an example for how it's work in inline function. First we take to define inline, that is inline is a keyword double cube double cube is a function declaration. Then one parameter is that double a. The function should be written on the function body, return a into a into a. So this is one of the function. The above inline function can be invoked in line only the line of the program, that is a line of the coding it execute. Okay, so c equal to, that is cube of 3.0. What is cube of 3.0? That's so on the time for applying the arguments for a, so it is multiplied 3 times, so 3 into 3 9, 9 into 3 27. So c and d, so d for cube of 2.5 plus 1.5, which is added and applied to a, so c equal to 27 and d equal to 64 respectively. You get the result for executing a inline function. Okay, so in the two statements, that is d equal to cube of 2.5 and 1.5, the function passes the value of the expression. What is the function passes the value of the expression, that is 4 in the case. This makes inline features for superior to macros. Okay, so this is the main advantage for, or this is the main feature for superior to the macro functions. Okay, so this is known as inline and with its example. Okay, go to next. So inlining does not work for the following situations. Some of the situations these functions are could not work. What is that? First, you can returning a value and having a loop or switch or go to statement. For the inline function, it could not work. That is the first major point. For inline function, returning values and having a loop or a switch or a go to statement. Okay, so these are the situation it could not work. Then another one is for function that do not return value and having a return statement. Okay, you see that in the in the in the above example, that is the in the cube of value for return a into a into a. It is the return statement is there, but it could not return a value. But in before the general function, it could return a value. Okay, so this is the difference. It could not work this situation for functions that do not return value and having return statement is there, but do not return a value. Okay, for functions having static variables, but in general functions it having a dynamic variables. So if the inline functions are recursive, as I told you or before that, the function calling itself with the, okay, the function will be called within the function. Okay, so that's why the function calling itself. Okay, okay, these are all the some situations it could not work for the inline functions. Okay, go to next. Some of the benefits of inline functions are as follows. What are the benefits? Because it is a macro definition, so it is better than for macro. So it is a single line coding which is executed one task. Okay, function call overrides are eliminated. So yeah, there is no any function calls, it is to be eliminated. Program becomes more readable because it is too small, so it you can read easily. Okay, program execute more efficiency because of it is to speed up the program execution. So these are all the benefits for inline functions. Okay, so okay, thank you. This is inline functions only. Now in the next class we shall go to see call by value and call by references. Keep on watching video. If you any doubt, contact me. Okay, thank you.